Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. The secrets to my success. If I'm to be honest, much of my success is what I inherited from my father. Despite his being wrested from his home by the Nazis with no education, he was intelligent enough to learn 8 languages while in Nazi work camps and figured out how to escape from the Panari death camp. And he worked 70-plus hours a week, not mainly for money, but because it was a non-negotiable right thing to do. He believed, as I do, that the life well led is defined primarily by how much you contribute, how much you produce. I am similar and attribute much of my success to the intelligence, drive, and good health that I inherited from my dad. Next most central is my obsession with making the most of each minute. I prepare meals time effectively. As I work, whether with clients, when writing, rose hybridizing, whatever, I'm ever thinking, is this the sweet spot between quality and speed? I avoid time sucks, non-essential travel, watching TV, and sports. I get my exercise hiking while thinking about my next client or what I want to write. Routines help. I've lived in my house for 48 years, been with my wife for 51, and have daily routines from wake up to bedtime. I focus on what I can control, my behavior. I have limited control even of my clients, wife, and daughter. I try to suggest it once and then let it go. I have little impact on the way of the world, so except in my writing, I don't get involved, for example, in political protests. I spend as much time as possible using my strengths and skirting my weaknesses. I can think well and quickly, so I do a lot of writing, speaking, and listening, adding follow-up thoughts and questions. I play the piano well and enjoy performing, so I give concerts. I am terrible on teams, so I turn down, for example, being on boards, committees, even panels. I'm bad at fixing things, so when something requires more than, say, changing the toilet paper roll, I hire someone. I truncate self-pity. I try, not always successfully, to have a zero-tolerance policy for it. I say to myself, stop, and distract myself to something constructive, without wallowing, nor therapy to revisit trauma, even though I was beaten daily by my mother. I was an active boy, and she was going to beat it out of me. At 25, I simply forgave her and blamed nothing on her. That is healthier and more productive. I don't try to get brownie points for my real, let alone exaggerated rise from poverty. Fact is, I was born to new immigrants who spoke only Polish, lived in a Bronx tenement under the elevated train that roared 24/7, and then in Flushing, Queens, went to New York City public schools, no, not the elite Bronx science, but never blame my failings on that, nor the aforementioned beatings. When I fail, it's my fault, or because of others, or luck. After rejections, after a moment to consider if there's a lesson to be learned, I tend to immediately move on to my next productive task. When I was younger, I expected my kindnesses would be reciprocated. That too rarely has happened, so now I am kind while expecting nothing in return. I find vindication in Mother Teresa's famous advice that was found on her Calcutta home's wall. It's called "Do It Anyway." People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten. Do good anyway. Give the best you have, and it will never be enough. Give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. Even though I am an atheist, I find that essay a useful reminder. This all may be too disciplined a life for most people, and other people have taken different paths to success, but this has been mine. In any event, that's the secrets to my success. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 35 books. Perhaps most relevant to this is How to Do Life, but all 35 are on Amazon. In any event, I thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.